Okay, let's get into the stock market technical analysis. Just a quick notification. I will not be putting out a video on Friday and no live stream on Saturday. I'm going to be out of town. So just got to get that out of the way. Now, guys, real quick, we're having a nice little bounce here in triple Qs. If you're in the private member group, I called that out, told you guys exactly what I was looking for and looking for that bounce specifically. And I just kind of want to point a couple things out on the triple Qs. A couple of things. I get a lot of trolls that basically come out and they wait for rallies because they're kind of perma bulls, and they wait for rallies, and then that's when they come out and start commenting. So I want to just kind of specifically say there's some value in the private member group, because the public videos that I put out, oftentimes you're just, it's the information that's out there. For a swing trader, for a longer term trader, it's relevant. If you're looking for little micro bounces, things like that, it's just not the information is not timely enough. So a couple things. All right, so I get comments like saying the bottom's in, and the day after I put out a video saying it was going to go down, which again, guys, I put that out well in advance, all right? A couple days before that drop yesterday. I didn't say yesterday after the drop, hey, guys, I think we're going to go down. I just merely called out the levels that saying, hey, we have now dropped and hit, we have dropped as expected, all right? And then I get people saying, how did I not see this coming? And I just want to kind of show this, all right? And I basically responded, I did see it coming. And here's the thing, all right? I'm going to show you guys what I posted in the private member group today. And just give you guys an idea of what's in there. All right. So today, 3 hours ago, all right, the time is 10 in the morning Pacific time. So basically 3 hours ago, this was in the pre-market. I said, LOY looks like it's breaking support in the pre-market. Unless we get a quick recovery at the open of that support line, then it's going to be a sell signal in LOY, looking for it to trade down to 794.30 on support. When I flip over, so this is what I'm looking at in the pre-market. This is the stuff I try to point out. All right, there's your daily chart. All right, there's your support line. I kind of cleaned it up when I was putting out a chart, but there's the support. And we were opening the pre-market right about there. Okay, so that was a break of support, and I said, unless right when at the open, if they can snap this up and recover it, then it's still saved. Otherwise, very likely going to trade down to support, which I see right in this area. Actually, I could probably move it up just slightly, but it's basically right there. All right, and we got close enough. All right, it did break, and it did sell down all the way down to that kind of that first level of support. So that's it. That was a short trade. I took that trade. I started entering at the open. Moving on, I can see, here's right after the market opened, I said we have a sell signal, and I took a pre-market short, and we'll look for a reaction around that 794.30. So again, dropped down to that level. I took profit. It didn't quite hit the 794. We started to get close, and then I started to see signs that we were going to actually bounce in the broad markets, especially tech. So I took my profit on this one as well. So then what I pointed out is, again, GM sell signal, first level support at 42.30. Let's go ahead and look at that one, and we'll see how that one's doing. Probably bouncing a little bit. No, actually not. So there's a sell signal breaking down. I see the first level of support. Again, look, support, all right, negative divergence, and break of support. Yesterday, they closed it right back on there, but today with the gap down, that's a clear rejection and a sell signal. So the first level of support's right there, all right? So that one is working out as expected. Moving on, still 3 hours later, SMCI sitting on support with the 200-day moving average just below. So again, SMCI, if you're in this one, it looked like it was sitting right there on support. And you can see, boom, support, and look at that. Boom, there's support. Dip down to the 200, but still, I pointed out that it's at support. You got the 200 SMA just below, which is even more support. So we're holding and not really, you bounce once you start to break, you bounce back. All right, moving on. All right, and then 2 hours ago, okay, again, this is, shortly after the market opened. It was selling off initially, but then we started to see signs of a bounce. some bullish divergences showing up on the Nasdaq futures on the hourly chart with a bullish falling wedge. Looks like we get a bounce of about 3% bounce. You see my NQ chart right here. I'm showing the bullish falling wedge. We were right there at that point in time. So if I go to the Nasdaq futures, and again, this is just highlighting what's in the private member group, but also what's happening today. So here's the hourly chart. Okay, and I pointed it out. I put out that chart to my private member group when we were right there. All right, I'll go right. And I said, look, I think we're going to probably get a bounce there. And that's exactly where we're at. And you can see there's the bounce. We've already started it. You know, it's already up 1.5% from when I put out that trade. All right. And again, QQ. And then I gave bounce targets for the triple Qs. As you see, look right here on this chart. You can see clearly that we were down, selling off, and again, expecting a bounce up to about, up really for me, for triple Qs, I think it's going to bounce up to, I think I have it marked out, minimum bounce about 473.72. That's kind of what I highlighted in that chart, and we've started that bounce. Doesn't mean we're going to get there today. Maybe we do. I think we get there tomorrow, to be honest, but we'll see. All right, so... And then I think there's more downside. So basically just pointed out, and again, this is 2 hours ago. I'm currently long triple Qs for that bounce. So I covered my shorts and I went long on triple Qs looking for a bounce. Again, it was all highlighted in the charts and especially in the private member group. So, when I get comments from people who kind of are just chasing and following, and a lot of people are just basically looking for a bounce to come out and give some snide comment. All right, they say, how did I not see the bounce coming? Well, I did see the bounce coming. I told my private member group. I can't put out a video and tell everybody, and why would I? At the end of the day, if you really care about following the trades, you can join that private member group. And also what I would ask is, how come those guys didn't see the biggest sell-off of the year yesterday? How come they didn't see that coming? All right, so... maybe when you make comments about what I see and what I don't see, think about what you see yourself. All right, let's move on. All right, we don't, and the thing is, just to highlight, we don't get everything right. Nobody gets everything right. It's not helpful just to come out with snide comments on a daily basis. Just, if that's what you want to do, just go hate somewhere else. All right, let's move on to, triple Qs. Obviously, I think there's still some more bounce there to take place. We don't have to bounce. We could continue to fall, but I think there's probably a little bounce. Biggest picture here, when I look at like the mega caps, like Nvidia, all right, we had some support. I had some support right in here. We undercut it briefly, snapped back, recovered. So this one though, you do have resistance at about 117. Let me go back down to the hourly on this one. Yeah, see, that looks like resistance to me. You can see right in there, you've got that was former support, and I think that's resistance. So this one actually might start to sell off again. I do believe it probably holds up today, but nobody knows, right? So watch the levels. And then Microsoft, this one actually, if I go to the daily chart for Microsoft, this one, it's breaking down, but it looks like they're stepping in trying to save it. So you can see here, just kind of rolling out. There's your daily chart support, and they're trying to save it. We'll see. I'm not, daily close is what we want to wait for, and that'll be telling on what's gonna happen next. Meta, again, dipping below support, but ultimately, still above support. So I think there's probably a minor bounce. Maybe, maybe not. Again, until we break the support, which is about 459, there's no reason to re-short the thing because of the signs that we had that we could bounce. If we start to break, I'll re-short and flip back short. Costco's breaking support today. All right, so that looks like a sell signal to me. You can see here we have a bearish rising wedge, negative divergence, it really broke yesterday. We got that sell signal. Continuation today. So they're selling here. So just because tech's rallying doesn't mean the rest of the market is, and we are seeing some selling in these individual names. Okay, I'm gonna wrap it up here. Just quick little video. Just a couple trade ideas, couple insights. If you're interested in the private member group, link in the description below. Check it out. $5 a month. There's really no commitment. You can cancel anytime. managed by YouTube, so you can go on a month-to-month, whatever you want to do. And I will catch you guys on Monday.